In this week's Hearts, Hope, and Home segment, I'm joined by Mariah with St. Francis Ministries. And, we're talking a little bit about the myths of adoption and foster care. What would you say are kind of the most common ones that you guys hear of?
One of the probably most common myths I hear of is how expensive it is to actually get a foster care license.
Yes, and I want to bring that up too because, we on one of our segments, we highlighted a kid that was available for adoption, and a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, I would love to adopt or help in any way I can, but it's so expensive. So many comments like that. What would you say to someone who, says that?
I would say that it's very inexpensive. It's more or less you just have to get stuff ready for your house, such as stuff you would do for your own kids, such as baby-proof the house, get a baby gate, put some electric outage coverage on it. You will have to get a background check, which is about roughly under $40 to get fingerprinted through the state. And then also, depending on where you are located, you would have to get a fire and health inspection just to make sure your house is okay. It's ready to go. It's
up to date.
Yes.
Yes.
And so with that, you would also have to get a tuberculosis test, which you can get that at any health department, at United, wherever it would serve it, even your doctor's office, which those are again roughly under $50 depending on where it is. But that is really the only things that you would have to really pay for to get your house ready. So you're looking at anything under probably $200, if that, give or take. It really depends.
Yeah, and this is what I found really interesting, just talking with you guys and learning more about the adoption and foster care process. Being in Texas, there are a lot of programs out there that help families through this process. Is that kind of correct too?
Correct, yes. So there's different types of funding and programs that are available to help with getting your home licensed and ready to be a home, such as if you need help getting a medication box or a fire extinguisher and stuff like that. There's agencies like myself that will reach out to help you get your home ready to be licensed.
Gotcha. Okay, that is super, super cool. And I mean, nice to know, because again, all these people were like, oh, I would love to adopt, but the cost is so expensive, and that really is not the case. And there's a lot of people like you that are out there to help these families. What has that been like, to see at St. Francis Ministries?
I have been with St. Francis Ministries since about 2022, but I've been working in foster care roughly at almost 10 years. So wow. I have really fell in love with helping people and really getting families to open up their hearts and their homes, whether, that's taking in a kid for a weekend or, fostering a kid till they can reunify, or even taking that to the next level and adopting that child that they fell in love with that got placed in that home that night that they came into care.
Absolutely. I mean, life-changing stuff that you guys are doing. And kind of going back to the myths again, what is another common myth that you guys see or hear a lot of?
One myth I hear a lot is I'm too old, or I'm single and I've never been married, or I'm divorced, or I have other kids in a home, and that does not define if you can be a foster parent or not. It really defines do you have an open space in your house and in your heart to actually open up your doors for this journey.
Absolutely. No, that's so cool. And again too, you can be, how old do you have to be to adopt or foster?
So the age is likely 21 years old. There's different agencies that do it. You have to do a background check, so be able to pass it through the state of Texas, and that runs your criminal history and also if you had any DFPS history as well. Some agencies different. My agency, we start at age 21, and it doesn't matter if you're single, married, same-sex couples, or divorced, widowed. We will work with you as long as we can and as long as you're willing to work with us.
Yes. So let's say that someone is interested in adoption or foster care. What's the best way to go through that? What's the first step that someone needs to take?
I would honestly make sure that you're ready to step foot in this journey.
Yes.
It is one of those big steps in life. I always say that you want to have a good supportive home. Your family is there for you. You got friends to help you out, because it is like raising one of your own biological children. And so to start that process, do your research. figure out which agency you want to work with. Some agencies, you know, they work with therapeutic kids because there are, you know, some kids that need some more love, some more support, more resources. So there's other agencies that are like that, such as myself, or there's agencies that will, you know, work with any type of child. So it depends on what type of child you want to bring into your home and foster and potentially adopt if that's your route you want to go.
Yes, no, I love that so much. And you know, that's why we started this segment, is just to raise awareness on all of these issues. So if, you know, like, what's been the most rewarding thing for you working in this type of work?
There's been so many different rewardings. It's either going to the adoptions after they've had this kid in their home for over a year, or, you know, the foster families coming back and saying, hey, this biological parent said, you know, they want to name me as the godparent, and I get to stay a part of this child's life because we made an impact and we helped them reach reunification. So it just varies. It's a very rewarding job, and that's why I want to stick to this as long as I can.
Amazing. Well, Mariah, you have done great work, and we cannot thank St. Francis Ministries enough for everything you guys do and helping us, you know, help shed a light on adoption and foster care. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Well, thank you. We'll see you next time.